Mighty McFadgen. Doesn't really work, does it?
No, but you would have lost your DJ license if you didn't try and segue into from the Mighty Man or something. I was just waiting for it.
Off the cuff segues, not my strong point. But
I think 30,000 people would disagree with that strongly.
Well done.
Congratulations. And to your 2,000 new listeners, can I just say,
great.
Sorry in advance, but I'm only here once a month. Okay, so.
Listen, we'll talk about that off air. Yeah, we might have to renegotiate your contract.
Yeah.
No, I'm only joking. Wouldn't be the same without you. Plenty coming up, Collie, in the world of cinema over the next few months. We're coming into Christmas season, which is sort of another block. It's not quite summer blockbuster season, but it's the next best thing.
Yeah, and of course we get a lot of classics re-released, and of course there's lots of groups, have Christmas parties or schools, Christmas school tours. So there's kind of a long run up to the Christmas period. So it's stuff that they're really hoping people, the general public, will go to over the school holidays. Kind of opens up a little bit earlier. So we've a couple of blockbusters and a few really big movies coming up. But the one I'm really excited to talk about is The Marvels. Now, before everyone turns off straight away and goes, it's the 33rd Marvel Universe movie.
What?
Yes, I know. And that's not even counting the TV shows.
So when you say the 33rd Marvel...
From Iron Man... all the way Avengers, all of those
you're
movies.
You're talking the late 2000s, and we're not even going from Avengers, we're going from Iron Man.
Going from Iron Man.
2010
maybe?
Yeah.
So
even earlier maybe.
That's a lot of movies in a short period of time. And there has certainly been a bit of fatigue, Rory. There's certainly been a bit of, because there's loads of other superhero movies as well.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know if you've, because I know you've a big interest in the sort of Hollywood side of movies and stuff. Yeah. There's a load of articles, a big one in Variety going, worst movie ever, the doom and gloom, all this sort of stuff. And that's what I'd heard before I went in to sit and watch The Marvels on Thursday morning, right? And I was sitting there, and I'm sure you've got this because you like quite cult TV shows and music as well, where you go, am I watching the wrong thing? I don't understand this. This is a delightful movie. It's really funny and charming, and I'm having so much crack. Maybe the end is awful, and that's what everyone... First of all, what all movie reviewers love, it's an hour and a half long. Fantastic. Get in, give me a good time, and get out. That's all you need. Second, if anyone has seen the TV show Miss Marvel, one of the characters from that is in it, and she is the star of the show. She's only 17 or 18, a young Indian American girl, and she is just funny and charming. What it is the way some of the Marvel movies before, they made, like Spider-Man was kind of a high school movie, but superheroes. Then Deadpool was kind of the rude American Pie movie, but superheroes. The Black Panther was the African American experience. This is Freaky Friday, the superhero movie, and it's all the better for it. It is probably the first one really aimed at probably more 10 to 14-year-old girls. And
warm and fuzzy, bubble gum.
Absolutely. And friendship bracelets and best friends forever. But also having fun with that. And even as a 50-year-old man, I was going, I am here for this, because I haven't seen this one before. It was really funny. It was silly. It was a pop song. It was a 3-minute pop song, Rory, is what it was. It was great fun. It's not trying to change the world. It's trying to entertain you.
Is it maybe going back to a time where a superhero movie didn't take itself too seriously? Had a lot of fun, and because a lot of the DCs and the Marvels and all from the mid 2000 onwards were always felt the need to be dark, gritty,
and I've got Killers of the Flower Moon for that. I don't necessarily need a superhero. It's good sometimes. There was a movie called Logan that I thought did that brilliantly, but I don't need them all to that, and I don't need a 4-hour cut of Justice League. Now, some people do, and fine, and you have that, but don't slag off
the standard cut was bad enough.
Well, that's it. But they will be the people giving out about this, and the fact that it morphs into, there's a whole Disney princess scene that had me roaring laughing out loud, because they're having a bit of fun. They're winking at the audience, but those fanboys will be really annoyed at that scene. The 4-hour Justice League people. And fine, go watch the Justice League again and leave this. Like, I honestly think, I don't know if your daughter likes superhero movies, but if she doesn't, this is the one for her. This is the one to introduce her. Maybe the TV show first on Disney Plus, and then this. This is the one I think she'll really enjoy.
Give us a very brief synopsis of the plot.
That's a great idea. I realize I haven't mentioned it at all. This is why 30,000 people tune into them.
All right.
I know. I promise that's the last time. So, Miss Marvel has found this magic bracelet. Basically, it's one of those stories, and that she had a whole TV series about her, but she knows it's linked to something else. All of a sudden, it seems that it's linked to Captain Marvel, who we've seen in the Avengers and so on, their superpowers. And every time they use their superpowers, they switch, Freaky Friday style, which makes it really funny and a laugh. Samuel L. Jackson is in this one a lot, and he gets to be funny. He doesn't have to be tough. He doesn't have to be hard. And he's really funny in it as well. And basically, it's they keep on swapping places. And of course, Captain Marvel, who's one of the most powerful superheroes of all time, but not great with people, is suddenly find herself swapped with the Indian American family going, what have you done with my daughter? And also, are you interested in some tax exemption rules and all this sort of stuff?
Right, okay.
It's light-hearted comedy, as I said. Freaky Friday, the superhero movie, even though it's not just that. The plot doesn't really matter. It's an excuse for the three main women in it, to be funny together, and it works.
Is it too heavily grounded in the Marvel universe? Is it a case that, if you haven't been a big fan of what's come before in the Marvel universe, that you're going to be totally lost, or is it a good jumping on point? I know I ask you this about every Marvel
but I think there's a few plot points that you won't get, but they're just going, it doesn't matter, just get the jokes. Get the jokes about she's 16 and she meets her all-time hero, and she suddenly goes up and wants to be best friends with her, and her heroes look at her and go, who is this strange girl and why are you hugging me? It's that comedy. The plot doesn't matter. Sorry. I know Marvel won't like that, but it's true. It's really good fun, and it's loads of negative reviews, but it is noticeable. And I know it's two men saying this, but it is noticeable. All the owl fellas, it's stupid, it's worst movie ever. Loads of women going, I thought it was really funny and lighthearted. There you go.
So that's in theaters now,
right now.
And it'll be there for, I'd say, quite some time.
It will be there for, I hope it does better than people have expected, because it's worth it. It's fun and funny.
Okay, so that is The Marvels. That is in theaters now. We're going to go for a quick commercial break. We're going to talk the return of the Hunger Games after this. Don't go anywhere.
An exciting range of Highland events and trips are at your fingertips, and booking a place is now easier than ever on The Outlet at highlandradio.com. The Outlet also has Highland Radio merchandise ready for purchase. Bingo players, order your books through The Outlet and have them delivered to your door. Currently, there's a great selection of concerts and shows to choose from, including Bryan Adams, Michael McIntyre, Sister Act, Wicked and Hamilton. There's also package deals for our concert nights or the ticket-only option, and get details of an amazing country music trip to Spain next September. All this and more by clicking on The Outlet now at highlandradio.com.
This Christmas at Super Value, we have great offers to help you share the magic, like selected Cadbury Roses and Heroes, Celebrations and Nestle Quality Street Tubs, any two for €8, exclusive to Real Rewards members only. Plus, get money off vouchers every week on the Real Rewards app too. Share the magic this Christmas with Super Value. T's and C's apply.
Santa Claus speaking.
It's me, Santa, your trusty elf. I've got an urgent message from Cooney's Christmas shop.
Oh, my golly goodness. What's happening at Cooney's?
Well, Santa, they've gone all out this year. Their Christmas decor is bigger and better than ever.
Visit Cooney's Christmas shop, Letterkenny Retail Park, and feel the magic of Christmas. Santa approved.
Mary here from the cosmetic department at McGee's Pharmacy to let you know that Lancome have a great beauty gift available this week. Buy 2 Lancome products, one of them to be skincare, and you will get a free 8-piece gift containing the full-size Galaxy Comfort Cleanser, Renergy Day and Eye Travel Size creams, and more iconic Lancome products. This is available until Saturday the 11th of November or while stocks last. Some T's and C's apply. Remember, for any skincare advice, you can always talk to Gemma or myself here at McGee's Pharmacy on Main Street, Letterkenny.
Donegal Intermediate Champions Downings entered the Ulster Club Championship at the quarter-final stage this Sunday in Cavan. They play Ballyhaise at Breffni Park with throw-in at 2:15pm. There will be full match commentary here on Highland as the men from Downings chase a place in the provincial semi-final. Highland's coverage of Downings in the Ulster Championship is in association with Voices Centre at Carrigard. Stay local and support local.
15 minutes to midday. Collie McFadden is with me in studio. We are talking all things movies in the run-up to a Christmas blockbuster season, and plenty to talk about. The Hunger Games is back.
Yes, and loads to talk about. And please remind me, do the wave up sign, because I talked way too much about the Marvels already, didn't I? So, the Hunger Games is back. This is a prequel. I'm really curious to see how this done. Now, it opens next week. I haven't seen it yet. And this is the story of how President Snow got to power and how he got involved and how he got corrupted. Because the whole point of Hunger Games really was power corrupts, no matter who you are. Yeah. And which is why I thought the previous movies were great. Actually, it's one of the few examples. I thought the third movie, I know they split it into 2, 3 and 4, was actually better than the third book, which is unusual for the movie. I thought they really explained how, corruption and wealth leads to this sort of opulence and it was such a brilliant series, and people have loved it so much. Whether they love a sequel or a prequel 10 years later, we kind of have to wait and see. Yeah. I'm already ready, though. I loved the madness of the fashion and to show the difference between the wealthy and those who aren't wealthy. And it'd be interesting to see if there's still an audience, especially without Jennifer Lawrence's part, because she was brilliant in that.
She was. Yeah. She was the standout. Yeah. And that was a real a breakout role for her. Is there, you can't give too much away, is there a cameo?
I don't think so, because it's set too early. But I bet you we meet one of our relations or something like that. I'm pretty sure there's sort of a linear way. And some of the other characters, maybe Woody Harrelson's character, whose name escapes me at the moment, I'm sure some of those will turn up. Although, it's a nice segue because, of course, part of the fashion was, the idea was like the French Revolution when Marie Antoinette was, she didn't say let them eat cake, but that sort of idea. And of course, Napoleon is coming out too. The following week, which is, just after that time. Yeah. And it's probably our big serious adult movie this month. So Joaquin Phoenix is playing Napoleon, teaming up with Ridley Scott again, who gave us Gladiator. And that's the way they're selling that and pushing this movie. That it's a return to form of that sort of form for Ridley Scott, making these big historical epics. I'm really curious to see it. There's already a lot of talk about Oscars, and we've had Killers of the Flower Moon, which I thought was brilliant, long but brilliant, and Oppenheimer, long but brilliant, and now Napoleon. And each month or every couple of months I'm going, oh well, that's obviously the Oscar winner, and then you go, oh, maybe not. Yeah. So I'm really curious to see that one. And in a sea of, I know we're going to talk about one more kids movie before we go, but in a sea of kids movies and Christmas movies, that's a really interesting. That, and there's a movie called Saltburn with Barry Keoghan, which is a real weird Brideshead Revisited sort of movie. Yeah. Again, haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. But we've 2 interesting grown-up movies in the sea of Christmas Fest. So
yeah, and it's great to see, because there literally is something. There really is something for everyone.
100%.
Over the next couple of months. Yeah. So that's the Hunger Games full title, The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
We're all going to call it The Hunger Games 1, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly. The Hunger Games prequel. Yeah. That's in theaters now. And,
next week. Next Friday.
Oh, okay. So it's in theaters stateside now, but it's next week here. Okay. And Napoleon hits theaters
the following week.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Directed by Ridley Scott. So you reckon an Oscar contender possibly?
I think so. Well, I think anytime you've got those people in there, and Vanessa Kirby, who was so good in The Crown and is really becoming a star in her own right, she plays Josephine. Although, of course, Josephine was way older than Napoleon in real life. She's 15 years younger than Joaquin Phoenix, because it's Hollywood, and what do you expect? But it looks really interesting, and they're big push. You always know by the amount of posters you get sent in the cinema how serious they're taking this. They think this one's good.
Okay. So that's one to watch then. We'll definitely keep an eye on that. All right. Disney are still churning them out.
Disney is still churning them out, and hopefully they're a bit back to form as well, because I thought the Pixar movies, last Pixar movie, Elemental, was very good, and hopefully they're back to form. This one looks lovely. It reminds me a lot of sort of the build-up to Encanto, which opened quite early before Christmas as well, and kind of had a slow burn to Christmas. This is called Wish. It's a Disney princess movie. She wishes upon a star, and the star comes down to heaven, but suddenly she learns that having all your wishes come true mightn't be the wonderful world that you think it is. It's a bit of the monkey's paw. I've heard one of the songs already. It's already fathers of little girls everywhere, and mothers, be worried. There seems to be some really catchy tunes. And I don't know if you remember, a couple of years ago with Encanto, it opened and not that many people went to see it, and people went, oh, Disney have lost the touch. But once the Christmas holidays came, the people went to see it again and again and again, and suddenly the soundtrack started to, you notice in Spotify, the song started up on the list as well. This looks like it's going to repeat the magic. So that's out November 24th as well. But really, it's in the big build-up for Christmas. Along with Wonka, which we'll talk about next month because it's only coming out there. They think that's going to be a massive Christmas hit too. Wish and Wonka are going to be
nice to see. Nice to see something original again coming from Disney. There's been a lot of the live action remakes or the we call them live action. I don't know, but there's been a lot of that over the last 3-4 years. So it's nice to see a nice original story.
What they've always done best is take an original story, or maybe take from a storybook somewhere and make a new film out of it that we haven't heard before. This is what they do, and they nail it so well when they do it. You go back to doing that. Although I think part of it is it's a licensing thing. By doing a remake of these movies, they keep the rights to them for another 40-50 year boring Hollywood business stuff.
But a method to the madness.
We'll do it on when we're giving our movie business podcast show. We'll talk about it. Hint, hint.
So that is Wish. That is coming to theatres when?
The 24th of November.
24th of November.
So 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
And you reckon instant smash, slow burner?
I think slow burner because it's holidays and so many people will be getting ready for Christmas and so on. And maybe they won't go to the cinema the first couple of weekends, but it'll definitely run all through the Christmas holidays. Plus, a lot of people before Christmas will go and see the Christmas classics, but then when it's school holidays, they'll go and see this. It's definitely going to be a hit.
Let's talk, just when you mentioned Christmas classics, let's talk Christmas classics. What have we got to look forward to?
Well, the first one we're getting is a re-release of Love Actually, which is 20 years old. Yes.
No.
Well, it doesn't feel it because, let's face it, we show it every year anyway, but it is the official anniversary. And I was listening because this week the great Joni Mitchell turned 80. And one of the things somebody was mentioning in the show was they were talking about their favourite songs, and there's a great scene. You forget that with all the funny jokes, with all the silly bits in Love Actually, one of the best bits of acting, the bit where Emma Thompson thinks she's going to get the necklace and she gets the Joni Mitchell CD and Joni Mitchell plays and she goes off, and as the person on the radio described it, goes off and does the mum thing, goes off for a little cry on her own, and then comes back with the brave face on for the kids. Heartbreaking. Like, it's Oscar-winning acting in a silly, fun movie where Liam Neeson lets his kid run through security in Heathrow, which you would not do.
Suspend belief just a little
but with
bit.
that, there's suddenly these brilliant moments and some really funny jokes. And it's not perfect. And some people, the people who don't like it, really don't like it. But it is a very fun Christmas movie. And one of the things I like about it is, it's all the different types of love. It's fraternal love. It's romantic love and all that. Plus, one of the best bits of when Bill Nighy's character has been interviewed by Ant Deck, and he answers his question, goes, "Thank you, Ant or Deck," which I think every time I see them on the telly, and let's face it, that's a lot.
It is a lot, yeah.
But good fun. So we've got that coming up, and then a couple of weeks later, which we'll probably talk about next month, Elf is also 20 years old.
No.
Thank God you were only 7 when all these movies came out, Rory.
Correct. Yeah, well spotted. Well spotted.
But so we've got...
so Elf is going to be there.
Yeah.
Elf makes a reappearance every year.
It would be out anyway, but there would just be a bit more... jazz hands about it, and I think they're going to. They've done up the copy of it slightly as well.
Okay. But they've added an extra dinosaur.
Yeah. But there'll be look. It's a Christmas classic anyway, and it is one of those that doesn't age. There's some things that you drag the kids to, and they go, "Daddy, I don't understand why that's funny," and there's other ones they go, "That is hilarious, man."
And Elf is timeless. It's timeless. It's ageless. Okay, so lots to look forward to next month. I keep forgetting we don't really have to cram in the Christmas stuff because you are going to be here next December.
We're going to be here next December talking about bike riders. Wonka is going to dominate, though, I think, our conversation. Okay. And hopefully I'll have seen it by then.
Brilliant. We will look forward to that. Collie, thank you as always. We will talk to you at the start of December. We'll have our Christmas hats on, our Christmas jumpers on. We'll be all set. All right, and that is where we wrap it up for this morning. Thanks to everyone who got in touch with the show, with the requests, dedications, suggestions for music. I will be back this way next Saturday morning. We will do it all over again from 10 a.m. next Saturday morning. Paul McDevitt is up next with his Saturday Shuffle. He'll take you through for the next couple of hours. Lucy Peoples here at the top of the hour with a news update for you. But for me, Rory Farrell, take care. We'll talk to you next Saturday. Take care. Bye-bye.
On this week's Business Matters, I'm joined by Karen Murphy of Karen Murphy Speech, Drama and Communication. So join me, Chris Ashmore, for Business Matters on Sunday evening after the 6 o'clock